Hey guys, welcome back for another, if surprising, Bachelorette update. Yes, we are doing them. It's been a weird time in my personal life, but also in the life of the Bachelorette. They were off for the NBA Finals. There was some drama with franchise-adjacent shows, but now they were back for Monday and Tuesday night, and the overarching theme of these two episodes for me is Rachel's just sending them all home.
Oh yeah, she doesn't put up with any BS, and if she senses you are the least bit genuine, you are out of there.
Yeah, I think there's always this expression that they say on the show, which is, I'm here for the right reasons. Rachel is really here for the right reasons.
Sure.
If she doesn't even think that it's maybe possible in her dreams that one day you could pop up as her husband, she's sending you home.
Oh yeah. I want a compilation of all of the shots of her looking uninterested as people like fake give her compliments of like, oh yeah, yeah. Thank you.
It's true. And so she sent a whole bunch of people home, and they also traveled in this episode, or these past 2 nights of episodic television.
Yes.
And they went to Norway, and that was a big theme. And finally, in Norway, with all the Vikings, or Vikings, as who were their names? Tom and Morton?
Tom and Morton.
Tom and
Viking
Morton,
fighter.
the Viking instructing fighter guys called it. We got it out between Lee and Kenny. This happened in Norway. It was very dramatic. There were snakes that we are not sure.
I don't think there are snakes in Norway, because it's always really tight in on the snake, and I'm like, that's a Los Angeles snake, maybe?
That's an LA snake. That's a Culver City snake.
Oh, for sure.
So Lee was an asshole. I'm trying to think of like.
No, he's just a jerk. Like, racist stuff aside, although he is dripping with just, you know, white guy, why don't they have a White History Month guy mentality? You know what I mean? He genuinely does think Black Lives Matter is a racist organization, so great job, Lee. But yeah, just the whole time, like, he's working out in his cowboy boots.
That's not necessarily wrong.
I mean that's fine, but you know he's doing it because he's just.
Well, you know the producers asked him to do it because they're like, this is gonna look really racist. So Lee and Kenny had this tension for some time, and as a result of that, they really hadn't been focusing on Rachel, so they of course sent them on a 2-on-1 date. And long story condensed, Lee gets sent home because Rachel doesn't believe a thing that he says, which she shouldn't. Unfortunately, what trips up the date in general, and what trips up all the 2-on-1 dates, I think, is that Kenny got so hyper-focused on what was going on with Lee, he totally forgot that he's there to date Rachel. And so that sort of rubs her the wrong way. And Kenny gets sent home, kind of, and it stems from this moment where instead of going on the helicopter with Rachel, he goes to confront Lee one more time. And then later on, he's like, and I also, fun fact, miss my daughter. And Rachel was like, well, that's sad, and also, I'm not going to marry you, so bye. And then,
yeah, it seems like, they say that their relationship wasn't farther along. But I think that she was just kind of seeing this as an opportunity to not. He's like, oh yeah, you should go. You seem happier at home.
Yeah, and then he could be like, it was mutual. It was a mutual decision. Some surprising people that got sent home at rose ceremonies or on dates. Jack Stone.
Not surprising to me.
Not surprising to you?
He's Patrick Bateman.
But see, I thought that because he's a sociopath, he might be able to manipulate her emotions.
Oh God.
But no, he couldn't. And I think what's unfair about the whole Jack Stone thing, I joke about him being a sociopath, which is, you know, whatever. I think that, which I can't prove, I should say. It's not whatever. It's
he has not murdered anyone officially.
Right. Is that the producers, I think, asked him or told him that he looks really hot when he points his chin down? Because does he really talk that way?
Does he really talk? You know what I mean? Like, is that like, is he ever being real?
It just felt like everything he would say was like, we have an amazing connection. Like, there's no way that a producer didn't say, Jack, you know it would be amazing if you keep angling your face down with a maniacal smile. So he gets sent home on the date after he totally professes his love for her. Cue Rachel looking disinterested.
Right.
Then in the later rose ceremony, Josiah, who is very confident that so confident that he and Rachel are gonna end up together, even though I think she calls it out perfectly, saying he likes the idea of me, not me. He's never really gotten to know me, but he has this wonderful and rosy idea of me. He gets sent home. Who else gets sent? I think Tickle Monster.
Tickle Monster gets sent home because there's only so long that you can have Tickle Monster around, I guess.
Yeah, let's go through the eliminations, then we'll talk about the contenders. Who else got sent home? Will got sent home,
and that one hurt. Will was just so adorable. I was really excited for Will, and then when he got his one-on-one, just couldn't really step it up. Really couldn't kind of connect with her. Didn't show any kind of romantic gestures when everyone else really was.
Yeah, I think this was, you can just sort of chalk this up that there wasn't a romantic connection, and that happens, but it's really awkward to see on television. Also, this could have been editing, but when she asked what his type of girl was, he responded with, I usually date white girls.
Yeah.
That could have been editing. Maybe they were talking about something else, and that came up, but it looked really bad on television.
Yeah.
What type of girl are you into as a black woman? And he's like, white women.
But I'm open.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm open to it.
Well, yeah, and she seemed to get pretty offended when she was like, I was raised the same, like in the same kind of situation as you and ended up different, or, actually dating.
Yeah, they just didn't have any chemistry.
Yeah.
Who else got sent home?
Alex.
The who Josiah referred to as a KGB agent.
Oh yeah, that
Alex,
was such a mean
beefcake.
comment.
The straight girls that I watch the show with love them some Alex. They're very excited that he'll probably be loitering around LA clubs from now on, as most ex-Bachelorette contestants do.
Definitely that guy in a club that I would be freaked out by. I don't know, but he's very handsome. But
he's like, he looks like a Russian James Bond.
Yeah, he's super cute, but. Yeah.
And now contenders. There are 2 front runners right now, maybe a third. Now, she went on a one-on-one date with Eric, and it went well, but I'm not willing to say that he's a major contender right now, but that's just fun that they did have a connection.
It was a very fun date. He was so excited the entire time.
I know.
I think so cute.
I think they have a cute relationship, but I don't think the passion is there.
I agree.
Where is the passion then? Well, Rachel has some steamy romance literally with Peter in a hot tub while the other guys are sitting around drinking, waiting, thinking that maybe they're having a nice conversation, and they're getting it on, not fully, but
I mean, pretty close.
Pretty close.
Whoa,
they have a steamy romance. So Peter, like I predicted, definitely a front runner for me. And then also, my friend pointed this out, and I don't want to believe it because I really think his cheeks are distracting, but Brian. My friend said when Rachel goes to greet Brian, my friend was like, that's how you greet your boyfriend. She views him as like her boyfriend, because when she sits down next to him, instead of being like, hey, like, how are things? How's the journey going for you? Do you find love? She'll say things like, hi, hey. It's like, it's more of this release, like, okay, finally I can be with my boyfriend. Sorry, I'm dating all these other guys on the side.
Yeah.
So I think Brian is my winner. That's my prediction.
They had such an intimate connection right off the bat. Like, they kissed. Yeah. Oh.
That's what it sounds like.
He's a.
I'm gonna go to my.
Yeah, he goes for it when he goes for the kiss.
Yeah.
And so I can see where that's coming from, but at the same time, I think Peter is like the whole package. I think he's just dashing and handsome, and is just.
He's our next Bachelor.
Oh.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm just saying
that's
that
an interesting
when I hear you talking about
idea.
it, I feel like Brian is a good Bachelorette winner, because I don't think he is interesting and compelling enough for a show. But excuse me, my mic. I'm sorry, this show is always so organized. But I think that Peter is a better Bachelor because he has that sort of debonair, suave quality, where Brian is just very into Rachel. Yeah. I think he's a romantic guy that is into Rachel. And good for him.
I don't know.
Bad for Rachel. I'm still underwhelmed by the quality of men.
Yeah. For
sure. Who is perhaps my favorite Bachelorette since Emily Maynard.
I really like Matt. Penguin guy, right? Matt? Matt's his name.
Oh my God.
Penguin guy. He's still there.
Why is he still there?
He's so cute. He looks like a little cartoon character. He's just always in the back like, I'm still here. And
you genuinely find him attractive.
I don't find him attractive.
You think he's cute.
He's like a little puppy, and I'm glad that he's still there, and I hope he actually gets his chance to meet Rachel.
Is
because
Adam
he's just
still there?
in the background. No, Adam left. So Adam Jr.'s gone. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many people got sent home, but it seems like we have a recipe for love with Dean, Eric,
Dean's
Brian,
still there,
and Peter. Those are my predictions for the final 4. Hometowns are coming up. I think there are just about 6 guys left. Is that right?
Something like. So there's Eric, Brian, Peter,
Dean,
and Penguin.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Am I missing one?
There's got to be one more that we're forgetting. And that says everything you need to know about this season of The Bachelorette. There's probably about 6 of them left, and one of them, whose name we will never know, because he doesn't have a name, and that's a fact, that he just actually doesn't have a name. I could say Tim, you'd have to believe me. I guess that kind of does
it's like with the generic names that the guys have, it's anyone's
Matt, Ben, Chris,
guess.
Steve.
Throw it at
Matt, Ben, Chris, Brett, Steve. Like, they all kind of blend together, Greg. Just say them.
Steve.
Guys, this has been another very organized, always planned, thoroughly ahead of time recap of The Bachelorette. We'd like to hear from you guys in the comment section below, because we've been away for a while. What do you think of this season? Are you struggling to find a memorable contender like we are? Who is your pick for the winner? What do you think of Rachel? All those thoughts. Are you watching? Are you surprised this still continued? Or are you Amir and you're also very surprised that this is continued?
And do you pronounce it Viking or Viking?
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.